Yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff tonight, but Shuli, we only have for an hour, so we're going to start with a stand-up comic that's a cop. Do you know Kevin Jordan, Shuli? Have you heard of him?
Where's he based out of? Is he a white guy?
No.
Okay, then I don't know. There was a cop who had a two-man act with this guy named what was it? I think Rich Strong was his name, and this was in Vegas way back in the day when I first started. And the cop was the straight man, and they had this little Christmas tree that had a face on it. It was like animatronic, but it was hooked up to a mic, like Bluetooth. So the comic Rich would go behind the wall or somewhere and hide, and he would talk as the tree, and they would just do this two-man act. And yeah, we got into it one night. He went up there after me at a show, and he started goofing on me as the tree, and I came around the corner of the wall, and I was like, and he's a big fat guy, and I go, "Hey, you fat piece of shit! Why don't you steal more of Rich Panette's?" I think it was Rich Panette, John Panette. I go, "Why don't you steal more of John Panette's bits about the fucking buffet, you fucking hack?" And I didn't know that the mic was picking it up, and the tree's mouth was moving the whole time I was insulting him. So that was the only cop I knew. Short answer to that question.
Well, according to Drybar, this is the funniest cop ever.
Oh boy,
he's a Drybar special, Shuli.
Here's the thing about cops. Like 25% of them have a fantastic dark sense of humor. That's my lane. Then like 50% have no sense of humor, and they're not fun to be around. Yeah,
it's like fat people. It's like fat people. We've all had fat friends that are aware they're fat, and they make jokes about it, and everything's fine. And then there's those fat friends that are like, we're just all going to pretend that I'm not 400 pounds. And it's like, what are you talking about? Embrace it. It is what it is.
It occurred to me that Joe and I never met in real life, and he's never seen me from mid-chest down before because he always sees me on YouTube. And he's like, I said, yeah, I'm like 6'2", 250. And he's like, 250? I'm like, yeah, I'm fat, dude.
He's like, are you serious?
I'm a big boy. Anyway. 100%.
All right, so let's get to Kevin Jordan. Now, I have the whole 45-minute Drybar special. Obviously, we're not going to watch that. Who knows? Maybe we will. Maybe it'll be so fucking funny.
I want him to be good, so I'm fingers crossed.
It's weird. His first name's Kevin, and he looks just like Kevin Eubanks, but it's Kevin Jordan.
Kevin Jordan.
Okay.
Former police. I'm sure most of his material's about being a cop.
Hey, you been drinking? He got a bottle under the seat right there. Right there. I have been blessed enough. I've done over 100 USO shows for the troops overseas.
Self-congratulatory right off the bat.
Well, if I may say, that is a very, like, please, just hang in there with me type of move. Like, you don't need to throw that out there. You just do it, and that's it. And you can put it on the poster if you want when you're headlining, but to take a break in the show to mention how awesome you are is very interesting.
Well, it's like, there's a phenomenon with military friends who resent their other military friends who immediately on Veterans Day change their profile pic to their, their Navy or their Marine Corps picture. And they're like, thank you for my service, bro. What's worse than that? A guy who is whining applause and thanks for helping the troops by entertaining them for a little bit. Like, just say something funny, dude.
Yeah. I was like, we did a clothes drive for the troops. Let me hear it. It's just like, look, you're there to do a job. People don't want to hear about your good deeds. You're the joke. You're the punchline. You're a comic. Go up there and be stupid and say stupid shit.
Yeah, kill.
Sounds like somebody we know that needs to be congratulated for everything he does.
No, I really did know the Kardashians. Who the fuck cares?
Nobody.
All right. But good for him for doing the USO tours. Don't get me wrong.
I can't see that voice coming out of a cop, though. He's like, that's not a, scary cop voice.
Right.
Really quick. I say Guillermo in the chat says, my friend is a comic. Do you know him?
That would work with him because comics are so needy. And my friend books a show in town. I could put you in touch with him, and he'll let you go no matter what you're doing.
Oh, who books that?
Yeah, right. Oh, really? I've been trying to get in there. If he pulls up to my window, he's like, "Excuse me, do you know how fast you?" I'm like, I can outrun this fucking guy.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I think they ask too much about soldiers. You get captured by the enemy, you can't even give out information. Did you know that? Name, rank, serial number. That's all you can give away. I don't know if I could pull that off. They capture me, it's gonna be like, "Hey, tell us where your troops are." I ain't telling you a thing. All right, you step over to this map over here, you see us lined up around the perimeter.
Funny concept, but not well executed.
They give them camouflage.
I don't know if it's more of like, because it goes under the premise of like Eddie Murphy's bit about no black people in horror movies because they move out of the house immediately. They're not staying for that shit, you know? So I think the theme is not very, but whatever. And there was no joke. It's like he get hit and then you talk to him. That's what happens.
Uniforms.
We're only 49 seconds in. Give him a chance.
Green and black camouflage. I understand Army and Marines having camouflage. They go into jungles, they hide, they sneaky like that. They get a uniform to the Air Force too. What do you need to look like a tree for when you work on an air base? Were you afraid the enemy gonna fly overhead? Ooh, stand still.
Remember, I wanted to like this.
I like.
So, Shuli, I ask you this when we listen to Stuttering John stand up sometimes, but why are they laughing?
Well, because they're invested. It's as my buddy Potter would say at the end of every set, I want to share a comicological fact with you. He said, if you pay to see a comedy show, if you're paying for a babysitter, if you're paying for a hotel room, you are invested. You are subconsciously going to laugh easier. And I'm not saying that happens every time, but it's definitely a factor. If you walk into a bar that's got an open mic and you haven't paid a dime and you're there just to drink, you're not invested in this show in any way, shape, or form. So mentally, you're checked out easier. You start talking to people. If you paid $20, $30, $50 for a ticket, you're not going to sit there and have a conversation with your buddies while the comic you paid to watch is on stage. If they're taping this could be, paid people, or they're definitely told, hey, we're taping. I've done warm up for comics who have taped specials, so
I was going to say.
Yeah, they don't say laugh even if it's not funny, but they say, hey, laugh, like have energies, don't cover your mouth and hide it, like let it out.
This isn't great, right? Like,
I don't know. There's
not so far.
No material you're talking about, or the reaction. Yeah, no, it's nothing crazy. It's this guy can work any cruise ship, any clean show anywhere. That's fine. This guy will get work. On Sirius, there's a comedy channel that's uncensored. Then there's a clean comedy channel. And every time I talk to friends over there, they're always like, hey, if you got any comics that do clean material, send them our way, because they're hurting. They don't have a lot. So it's good. It's hard to do.
Because this must have cost a little bit to produce, no? There's multiple cameras and everything.
The production quality is pretty good, so yeah.
Yeah, but he ain't paying for that. They're getting a cut.
Drybar is?
Yeah, whatever their special does. I'm sure it's the same thing Ray and Chad got,
I never saw Ray's Drybar special, did you?
That's pretty similar to this.
Women in the military, I think it's sexy when women serve. Put that camouflage uniform on. Something about a woman dressed like a tree with boots on. I'd buy you one, girl. I would.
He's got a prop. He has his policeman's flashlight.
That's good. That's good. Does he do a closing bit with the riot shield or a kind of taser? Who wants to come up here and get tased?
Yeah.
That was the wrong bit to pull out the flashlight, no? Like, it doesn't...
Well, also, I don't know. Call me crazy, but work it out with the house that maybe the lights get turned down when the flashlight comes on, so it makes it a little funnier. Yeah. What?
Go ahead, sorry.
You just... do a police car sound. Pull over, sexy lady. Or something. What? pull over. Nice shirt. You sucking somebody's dick after the show tonight? Pull over. Like, that should be his thing.
Oh, dude, speaking of that, I also have, it's a really short video for tonight, but a cop gets busted by another cop in the back seat of his cop car with someone.
Did I send you that
busted? No,
That's
but
cool.
I assume it's the same
San
one.
Diego,
How often
right?
can that? Yeah, San Diego.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
How else are they supposed to work off the ticket? You know? So,
That's actually, yeah, exactly kind of what happens.
Spray you a little pine sol. Send you out into the forest to hide from me. I'd run up on you. I'd be like, yeah, I got you. Thought you was hiding. Thought you were looking like a tree. I wouldn't go find you, but I caught you. She'd be like, I'm over here. Yeah, I never joined the military. I joined the police department. I was a Los Angeles police officer. That's what I was.
I'm surprised he got applause. He must be in like South Dakota or something.
right.
You know what's amazing? As soon as I quit being a police officer, they had the Rodney King scandal, OJ scandal.
My God, how old is he?
Just, well, we all
Early
know how that works.
90s. Early 90s.
Yeah, the Rodney King was like 91, 92. So
Yeah.
how old is he now? Who knows? But like, just so you know, I wasn't around for any of that bad stuff.
Right.
That
right.
happened after I left. By the way,
So was he a cop for 5 minutes?
probably. Yeah, actually, probably. If I'd be surprised if he ever mentions his actual length of service because he's probably a cop for like 2 years. That happens.
They wouldn't even let me drive the car. I was like, I'm out.
Chief Darrell Gates scandal, Rampart Division scandal, and the Gang Division scandal. All that happened after I quit. Who knew I was the glue holding that whole department together? And being a cop, just like being in the military. Academies like boot camp, get up every morning, sing those running songs. Up in the morning with the rising sun.
Man, make it
Run
stop.
all day till the running done. I hated that. We're policemen. We should have been singing songs like, running around this gymnasium floor. We're out of donuts, gonna get some more.
Donut joke. Unreal.
You win, Joe. It's been
is
great, guys. Have a great night. Enjoy.
This is bad, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's really bad. That's terrible.
Brighten up the place. Get to the dead baby story.
You want to get
or
back to
something.
dead babies? See,
I mean,
it can get worse.
You hate to say it, but here's the thing. Here's why I don't think I'll ever actually try stand up, because I know that I couldn't. If I came off like this, I would have to commit Harry-Carry. I'd have to commit seppuku in front of my family because I brought great dishonor upon them. This is so bad. That's the worst thing I've ever seen on Drybar.
Imagine this, but with no laughs. That's,
Yeah, I mean, that's
that's
what it
That's
should
what
have been.
Shuli shows are like.
right. That's what you get when you start out. Is
Yeah.
you're terrible and nobody laughs, and then you get to a point where you're terrible and people are laughing.
But how did this guy get to his Drybar? Usually their comedians are pretty funny. You know, they're more or less, they're usually relatively humorous, at least. They gave you a chuckle. This guy said nothing funny the entire time. So how did he get to this point? Because I'm sure this time the people are invested and they're there, you know, but how did he ever get through his first couple of open mics without realizing he's terrible? There's no way no one's actually laughing at that crap.
Well, I mean, it also depends on where he's working and excuse me.
Hello.
And Drybar, you know, I think they go out and look for people. I don't necessarily think they're like, for example, there's a label 800-pound gorilla. Oh, false alarm. Anyways, they are like, you have to have an agent to get them to work with you and stuff, and a special and all this stuff. So
Right.
they're doing like Nate Bargatze and, you know, Mike Cannon, stuff like that. So there's different levels to it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's got a good agent. Maybe, you know. But, yeah, he was a cop 30 years ago, and he's just now talking about it on stage.
And plus, he's like, this should be like the American Idol audition where no one told the poor girl she couldn't sing her entire life, and then she finally gets there, and they let her have it. They should be letting him have it right now in the form of complete and utter silence, crickets, but they're laughing, so he'll just continue to do this and subject other people to this terrible comedy.
Well, lots of comics are like that. John's like that. When he says something dumb and people are laughing at it, not with the joke, he still is encouraged by that.
I mean, we've talked about it. We've played a set of his, but that dude, John King Tamer in Vegas, he was one of the worst comics I've ever seen. And he was the last one to see that. He was the last one to hear the silence, the air conditioning humming, and see people walking out. And like, I would put this guy up last because he was like a fire alarm. Like, people would leave when he would come up. But he would be the first guy at the open mics I ran to help set up. So I was like, man, if I bombed this hard every time I went up, I'd never show up again, much less be first.
Right.
It's impressive.
We've watched videos of that guy. He's worse than this.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least this guy's getting laughs. Like, maybe it's just a hot crowd, but that John King Tamer guy, it was so uncomfortable to listen to, just nobody chuckling, and he was
like a weapon.
Keeps going.
He was like a weapon. When we had a shit crowd and we wanted to fucking piss him off, we would put King Tamer up early, and they would just fucking leave.
Tell him to do 45 minutes.
You didn't have to tell him shit. He would go until you lit him. So he would just keep peeking over at the stool, at his notes, and then he'd come back.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen the movie Defending Your Life, the old Albert Brooks movie?
Sure.
One of my favorite lines from a movie ever is when someone's doing comedy in the afterlife, and he's like asking the people in the audience, so how did you die? And he says, on stage, like you. That's what this reminds me of.
There's, I think it's Heckler, the Jamie Kennedy movie, documentary. And I believe they're interviewing people at the beginning, comics, and they say, what's the best heckle you ever got? And this guy's like, this old woman once said, she goes, they want you outside. And he goes, who? And she goes, the people inside.
Oh, evidently Louis J. Gomez is in the chat. That's amazing. I didn't know he was a fan. Welcome. I'm a big Legion of Skanks guy myself, so this is great.
Dave tails around, follows me, trying to get me to work with him. Louis, not now. I'm busy.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
doing so. We got like 100 people in here. Beat it. We're busy.
Yeah, shout out to the 100 people in here, by the way, and hit like. And if you haven't hit subscribe, please do. And turn on accept gifted membership. So if somebody gifts you a membership, you can check out last week's show that had 0 dead babies.
Wasn't there a cop over here? Where? Right there? Right there? Oh, there you are. Oh, look at it. Don't point to him. Don't do that. We used to love people who pointed. That was our favorite people. When you pull somebody over, hey, you been drinking? He got a bottle under the seat right there. Right there. You a police officer? Yeah, look at you. Don't like the light in your eyes. See what it feels like? You see that? Yeah. Yeah. All them people weren't drunk. They were blind. See how it happens? What city? Logan. Oh, is that a big town? Big city? You got a helicopter? No. You got a tank? LAPD, we got a tank buster. Everybody got to learn to drive. You got anything? You got a siren on top of the car? You got that?
This may be worse than John's stand-up. Because at least with John's stand-up, you're laughing. No, stuttering John. No.
Yeah, I know. I was just
at least you're laughing at some of the stuff. Like, it's not his jokes, but,
hey,
this is awful.
Cops from Logan apparently love him. Big market out there.
But a passenger officer got to stick his head out the window. Woo, woo, woo! Go get! Woo, woo, woo!
It's partially stolen from Eddie Murphy, by the way. That joke.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's not breaking new ground with anything other than bringing a flashlight on stage to shine in audience members' eyes.
Is that breaking new ground? You don't think Mike Morse has 3 of those?
No, but I think now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Carrot Top has some sort of prop with that.
He's looking rough these days. Oof.
He looks really weird.
These days. I love that. It's like people going, boy, Axl really can't sing anymore.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Are you retired?
Oh, jeez.
Close.
Going
Man,
back to that guy again.
23. Wow, that's enough. Good for you. Man.
I quit after 4 months.
That's enough. Yeah. Where do you work? Where do you work?
I work at juvenile crimes.
Juvenile crimes. Well, look at 17. Yeah.
They love it.
Well,
Like, they're actually laughing.
but I'll tell you why. Because he's coming out there and he's just doing material. Sometimes you got to get the crowd involved. You gotta do a little crowd work.
Sure.
And they loosen up, and now they're ready to laugh at anything and everything. But they ultimately, there's a lot of people that want to be a part of the show. So, and he's doing callbacks, right? Obviously, he talked about this kid being 17 at some point, so he's now goes back and does a callback, and the audience is like, wow. They know. They go, he just.
But Drybar chose to cut the first part out, so it makes sense when he does the callback, because we didn't. We've watched the whole thing and we didn't see that setup.
Correct. Right. But you can tell by their reaction, he talked to him before, and he knows the kid's 17. So
He really likes that flashlight. How long do you think he holds on to it for?
I mean, till the end of the show.
Hey, that's my grandma's glaucoma medicine. That's what that was.
Like his writer's like, I just need a stool and a mag flashlight. Yeah. No waters? Nope.
Streamlight and a stool.
Yeah.
I work patrol.
How long is
Backbone
this
of-
show?
It's 45 minutes. We could stop. We weren't going to
Yeah,
watch the
we
whole thing.
can-
This is terrible, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We can definitely move on from that, Joe.
Okay. Well, it said it was the funniest cop in the world. What do you want from me?
Well,
No. Then I'm
Let's-
evidently the funniest cop in the world because I'm.
I was going to say, let's see the second funniest cop in the world, and there might be a discrepancy here.
I sure do hope you liked that last clip. You know you did. If you did like it, do me a favor, hit the like button. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. What could it hurt? I mean, why not? It's free. Enjoy.